Hi guys, welcome back to the Kiwi channel, and today we're looking at the Freemax Mesh Pro. Okay, now for me this tank has been a bit of a revelation this year. It's one of my favourite sub-ohm tanks of the year, if not the favourite of the year for me. Now I know it's been out for a few months, but as mentioned in our previous video, we've been very busy putting the new shop together in Clitheroe and also doing the expo at the NEC. However, that did give me an opportunity to give it a good old thrashing and see what I thought about it. Now, obviously, sub-ohm coils, they can be temperamental, so this also gave me an opportunity to start try several of the coils that they do and see what I thought of them. So without further ado, let's get close up and see what we think. See you in a moment, guys.
Alright then guys, so here it is, the Freemax Mesh Pro Tank. So as you can tell, this is the 2mm version with the blue resin. Now obviously the picture will be different depending on which particular one you get. Now, as you can see, nothing particularly special on the box. Now it does have the features of the tank on the back, and I'll just leave it on there so you can see all the different coils here, which we will stock and do stock. Okay, there you go. So nothing particularly spectacular on the packaging. Nice image, but yeah. Just open this up. And you do get inside a little, I suppose, user manual, you'd call it, which is always helpful, always good. Okay. And inside the box even, you get a spare coil, and that looks like, sorry, bring it onto frame a little bit better. That looks like the single coil mesh. Okay, I've currently got that one in my tank myself personally. Again, we'll discuss that once we get over to it. Some spare O-rings. Again, nothing particularly exciting. And then the tank, and that's all you get inside the box. So the tank itself, when it's out of the box, or when it's fresh out of the box, it does come with a 2mm tank, as you'd expect, a frosted version here. Now, again, I haven't got a problem with the frosting, but obviously it's a design aesthetic that they've gone with, and not everyone may like it, but personally I think it looks okay. I also like the colours on this particular one, I've got to say. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, now they do come in a wide variety of colours. Again, I'll show you mine momentarily, but they do come in black, a white, it's supposedly a purple, but it actually is closer to a pink. Yeah, lots and lots of different colours. Okay, so to fill it up, this red dot here is where you'd slide it open, and that's where you'd fill it up. I've had no problems with it airlocking or anything like that. Again, whether I've been lucky with that, I don't know, but I've not had any issues. It would have been nice to have something other than a red dot to indicate where you open it. Whether it'd be, I don't know, a bit of an engraving or what, something a bit different. That just seems a little bit like an afterthought, if you will. But again, it's not, in the grand scheme of things, it's not too bad at all, really. Airflow on the bottom, and it's tight, but it's not too tight where you can't move it. Okay, I know on some tanks when you try and turn the airflow, it can be incredibly tight, and yeah, it's a real struggle to turn it. This is not one of them, thankfully. When you do move it, it does stay in place as to where you want it. You don't find that it's loose enough where it's just floating about. It does have a stopper on it as well, so it does stop when it's fully open and does stop when it's fully closed. So there's no round robin, if you will, which is, again, is not a bad thing. Okay, so to take it apart, just unscrew it. Don't mind that noise, it's just a brand new tank, so the seals are dry. Pop the glass off, and you can get different glasses. You can get bigger glasses for this tank. Again, I'll show you mine, but there's two varieties. There's a really round bowl-like style, and there's also a slightly more discreet version, which is bigger than 2mm. Okay, so this is the other coil that comes with it, and it's a dual coil mesh. Okay. And these are fair old size coils. You know, they're not small, far from it. And depending on which one coil you have in, also will make a difference to the amount of liquid that's in there. Because as you can possibly see, there is a size difference. Okay. So obviously the bigger coil will make the tank hold less liquid, because obviously it's displacing liquid. Okay. So yeah, it's a fair old size coil, very flavourful. Okay, and again, the tank, as you'd expect, with a sub-ohm tank, gold plate at the bottom, contacts on the bottom. Okay, and all you do is screw that down to replace your coil. Jobs are good. And one very interesting design aesthetic that to be honest with you, I think is a really good idea is, I don't know if you can quite see that, but that hole goes all the way through. So there's cotton at the bottom, cotton all the way up, cotton at the bottom, cotton all the way up. Okay. Now that hole allows the liquid to get to the middle of the cotton of the coils, which I think is a fantastic idea. It really helps with wicking. I've not had a single dry hit off these coils, which is saying a lot, considering that well, a lot of sub-ohm coils can be temperamental at times. Now, the only time I've had any kind of issues is when I've personally pushed the coil further than what is recommended, and again, that's just for testing it, see what would happen. But if I'm running it as it's stated, then it's absolutely fine. I've not had nothing at all, which is fantastic. Now we're going to have a quick look at my personal one that I'm using. Actually, it does say not for resale, and that's because I did get this from a distributor of ours that we use. He sent it through for me to try. Very much appreciated, and I got to say, yeah, big fan of this so far. As you can see, the green, yellow, I'm not a fan of my particular colour, but again, it's each to their own, isn't it? It's each to their own. Again, not had any issues with leaking, and in this I do have a 50/50. One of our personal brands, the Fire Starter range. Coffee, in fact, if you're interested, one of my favourite flavours within the range as well. Now, being a 50/50, normally in a sub-ohm tank, you can expect sometimes a bit of leaking from the air holes, obviously where the liquid has got through the cotton and oversaturated. On this particular tank, I've had nothing. You know, I've run high VG and 50/50 and not had any issues at all. Okay, now as you have noticed, this tank is different to the one that I've just shown you. Now this is the slight bulbed version, and again there is another one that is bigger still, which is a lot more like the Innikin Scion tank. Let me go and grab one of them for you. Okay, so I just went and grabbed one of these off our shelves just to show you. So this is the Freemax, I think it's 6mm it holds, or 7mm, I'm not too sure, but either way, this is the bigger capacity one. It's a little bit of a strange shape, a little bit of a bizarre look, but again, if you're looking for more capacity, something like this is what you'd be looking for. And especially with sub-ohm tanks, obviously 2mm, you will go through it a little bit quicker than what you anticipate. So having a spare glass, or a bigger glass should I say, is always worthwhile. Now on that front, what we'll do is go up top, have a quick chat about it, and close the video off from there. Alright, see you in a moment, guys.
Okay, so that was the close-up of the Freemax Mesh Pro Tank. I hope I answered all the questions that you may have had. If I haven't, leave a comment down below and we will answer them. No, not a problem at all. So, the Freemax Mesh Pro Tank. Big fan of it, really am. I've not got any negatives in particular about this particular tank at all. It's doesn't leak on me, the coils last well, the flavour is on point. Okay, now the colours, okay, some of the colours are amazing. I'm not a big fan of the one I've got, but again, it's all subjective. I'm sure there's people out there that will love this colour. In particular, I know Christy. Yes, Christy, I'm looking at you. I know you're watching. Will love this tank. Okay, now for me, a lot of sub-ohm tanks are not the most flavourful. I mean, granted, I do tend to use drippers most of the time, so sometimes I feel that they're a little bit muted on the flavour. this is not one of them. This has been incredibly flavourful, and it has an incredible amount of vapour. Now, again, what comes with that is that it's quite a loud tank, okay? Not quite as loud as the U-Force 2 tank from Vupu, but it is still loud, okay? I'm going to have a good old rip on this and show you what I mean. So this is a 014 single mesh coil at 72 watts. So as you can see, very, very flavourful. Well, you can't see that it's flavourful, but trust me, it is flavourful, and it does create a lot of vapour. Okay, it is a little bit loud, but again, that's to be expected. As a tank, as I've already mentioned, no issues with leaking, no issues with filling it up at all. It's been a real joy to use, and I will continue to use it. I probably will put this on another device and drop my dripper back on this at some point. But yeah, it's been fantastic. It's served me really, really well so far. If you are interested in this particular tank, we do sell them in our shops. So that's Keyvape Colne, Haslingden, and now Clitheroe. Okay, and also on our website www.keyvape.co.uk. So have a look, see what you think, and if you do have any questions, let us know and we'll answer them. Till next time, guys, thank you very, very much, and yeah, see you next time. Bye bye now.